So this is baby A, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to help our infants, and he is 5 months. Actually, he'll be 6 months on the 19th. And we're going to talk about how to help them go to sleep without their pacifier. So he's been without a pacifier for the last week or so. And pacifiers are really good for infants 1 through 4 months. After 4 months, you kind of want to start taking it away because they tend to rely on falling asleep with the pacifier instead of helping themselves go to sleep and self-soothe. So then you run into the whole dilemma of them being extremely fussy in the middle of the night and not being able to put themselves to sleep. So we are going to try to do this one-handed, and let me flip the camera if possible. Oh, I can't do it. So we're going to go ahead and get him prepared for bedtime, and I hope you can see what's going on here. So what we're going to do is get him ready to sleep and wrap him up in a swaddle. Now all babies don't like, not every baby likes to be swaddled. Sorry, that was me. So you're going to have to figure out the best way and understand which way does your baby like to sleep. Do they like to be swaddled? Do they not like to be swaddled? And then from there, you'll understand them a little bit more, and it made things a little bit easier for them to fall asleep. So, and it's okay that, you know, he's fussy because he's trying to figure out, you know, he's trying to get himself ready and adjusted for the bedtime. And he's probably a little overdue. Another thing about infants is that you really want to start looking at their eyes. And if you see that their eyes are red, that's a really good indication that they're tired and they're ready for bed. So you can put on their little music toy. You could rub their tummy if you like. And then you can say, "Good night, Papas, I love you." You can give them a little rub on the tummy and help them settle. Good night. I love you. I love you. Good night. Sweet dreams, baby. I love you. It's okay. So at this point, kind of just say goodnight and you walk out. Now notice I don't have the room extremely dark. It's not really necessary. And we're just going to close the door. And now what you're listening to is him trying to get himself settled. And I hope you can see me right now because I can't seem to figure out how to flip the phone around. But what we're going to do now is just kind of wait and see how long it takes him to fall asleep. And I'm going to look at the time real quick on my... So it's about 30 seconds. So a rule of thumb is never to go into the bedroom until 15 minutes after. Give him about 15 minutes to really settle down. Now I'm going to stay quiet for a little bit because I really want you to listen to the cry and start learning how to identify their cries. And their cries, there's three different cries. 1, the cry of settling. 2, the cry of frustration. And then 3, the cry of, urgency. So right now, I'm going to stay quiet, but this cry is more of settling. He's trying to get himself comfortable, and he's trying to get himself to soothe himself to sleep. Now, at his age, we recommend that they only take 2 naps. One nap in the AM for 1 hour, and then another nap in the PM for 2 hours. And that can be anytime after, they're anytime after 1 o'clock. And he's already had a bottle, his first feeding for the morning. He's already had cereal. He's had a diaper change. So he's pretty good. So right now we know he's totally okay. He's just trying to figure out how to get himself to sleep. So all his needs have been met. It's just him trying to fight to go to sleep. But he's already shown signs before we put him in the bed that he's actually tired and that he is ready for bed. Now he's just trying to figure it out. Now, I'm not even whispering while I'm talking to you, so you need to understand that. You don't really have to be quiet. You don't have to change too much because they learn to adapt to all of that. So, the more noise you make when the doors are closed, the better it is. It kind of soothes them to sleep anyways. Here I'm talking and he's kind of still settling, trying to settle himself. It's not going to distract him. So you never really want to put yourself in a position where you have to make everything completely silent and you can't make any noise, you can't clean, you can't vacuum, because when they get used to that, then it is harder for them to settle down. So do your normal routine. Don't be afraid to make any noise, because sleepy babies will stay sleeping because they're tired. Also keep in mind the little toy that we wound, he's fallen asleep within that time period, so kind of gives you a good indication of really how long it takes them to fall asleep. So there you go. It sounds like he's pretty much settled in, sleeping. Again, I'm in front of the door talking, so I'm not keeping quiet or anything like that. And, he's not completely freaking out about it. So it's not like, oh my goodness, he heard my voice, or he heard me walk in front of the door. no, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about those kinds of things. If you train your baby correctly, those things will not be an issue. And if you can hear, hopefully you can hear the winding toy of the mobile still going off and playing. Now, I don't have a monitor, a video monitor, so I can't really see. I'm almost certain he's sleeping. So if this is a process that's hard for you without really knowing what's going on in there, I really recommend that you have the camera monitor so that you can see what's going on. But I'm almost certain he's knocked out, because usually what happens is that they have that one last deep breath and then they fall asleep. Okay, there you have it. I think he's pretty much down. And I'm certain he did that in the last, I don't know, I would say it was about maybe 5-6 minutes. So again, the rule of thumb is that the sooner you do things with your infants, the faster they adapt to it. So pacifiers are great for infants, babies, newborn to maybe 4 months. After 4 months, really, you should start taking it away. Only use it for the bed. That's it, for the crib. Let them learn how to work it out for themselves when they're outside of the crib, and make them just, keep them distracted, or play with them, or do things to entertain them so that they can not be so fussy. But when you have a really good routine with your infant, they're not going to be very fussy, because they're going to be really content, and they're going to be on a really great schedule. Not a schedule where you have to do things that are going to keep you from doing your own personal things, but a really good schedule that it's going to benefit you and benefit your baby. So if you want to learn some more tips, like how to put my baby to sleep without a pacifier and letting him learn how to self-soothe, reach out to us. Contact me, email me, give me a call, and I can give you so many more tips that will help make your transition from infancy to toddler all the way to preschool age smooth as possible. And believe me, it can happen. So if you want to learn more great tips, and you want someone to help you and show you what you can do to make a nice smooth transition during your 4th trimester, that's what our services are here for. How do we help our infants be independent when it comes to their good solid sleep schedule? Also keep in mind that he is sleeping through the night, so there is no more night feedings, and he's sleeping straight through the night. All right, thanks so much. Look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.